This is Mount Fuji.
I see.
Your goal today.
Compared to like the negatives in the States, like,
right.
Like somebody might shoot you or you might.
Yeah, it's in Kansai. Hello everyone, we're back with another challenge today. Today's challenge will be a challenge to eat sushi, but not just regular sushi. We're gonna have sushi with wasabi that gets gradually bigger and bigger and bigger. And we have 10 of these sushi ready for our guests. And we just wanna see how far they can get. If they can eat all 10, then they will get a prize award of 10,000 yen, which is the equivalent about more or less of $100. Yay! So, let's get started. Hello! We have a new challenger for the Wasabi Challenge. This time we'll be welcoming Kai! Come on down! Welcome, Kai. Can you just give us a short Jiko show, Kai? Just introduce yourself, where you're from, what you represent.
Hi, my name is Kai. I'm from North Carolina, and I'm a grad student right now in Kyoto.
Yay! Nice to meet you. So here, as you can see, we have 10 lovely sushi with gradually increasing little mountains of wasabi. This is Mount Fuji.
I see.
Your goal today is to conquer Mount Fuji. And if you do, you'll be going home with a prize, a little monetary prize, something to line your pockets with. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we'll start the traditional Japanese way. Teamase. Itadakimasu. So while you eat this, I was gonna say while you eat the wasabi, because really the sushi at this point it ceases to exist. But as you eat, I will be asking you some questions so we can inform our users about life in Japan. Just talk about your own personal trials and tribulations. Are you okay with that?
Okay.
Sushi is a very small amount, a very light taste.
Itadakimasu.
We got our strategy going on. How is it?
Good.
It's good.
Mm.
All right. Oh, oishii. Delicious.
Good.
All right. So our first question is, what brought you to the Kansai area?
So I got the MEX scholarship, and
A scholar.
I am, yes, I'm a scholar. So, why did I choose? Well, I go to school in Kyoto. It's actually my second time in Japan. So I studied abroad in undergrad. I was in Osaka. And while I was in Osaka, I visited Kyoto.
Okay.
And like I went to like Kyomizudera during the fall, I think, or during the spring. It was during the spring. There's cherry blossoms, right?
Picture
So I went to Kyomizudera, climbed up, and like looked out at the city with all like the cherry blossoms and whatnot, and like the park and all that stuff. And I was like, I want to live here one day.
Love at first sight.
Yes, I fell in love with Kyoto. So when I got the scholarship this time, I was like, I definitely want to go to school in Kyoto.
Okay, that is a beautiful. You could do some basho style poetry with that kind of.
That was
beautiful. Right, we'll have like a little flute in the background. All right, so ready to go to number 2. It's a significant.
Using my special on the tongue strategy.
Does it not affect you when it's on your tongue?
Look.
Less. All right, so our next question then is, what's the best part about living in Japan? For you.
The best part about living in Japan?
Yeah.
That's a tough question. I mean, there's a lot of good things.
Right.
There's a lot of good things.
Because there's so many good
things. Right,
things.
still there's so many good things. I don't know, like, I just give a list. Like, it's really safe. It's really convenient. People are nice.
Compared to North Carolina?
I mean, North Carolina is nice and whatnot, but it's very inaka, it's very countryside. At least the area that I live in. I'm from like a small city called Kannapolis. I don't know, my impression of Japan is different because I come from like the small, you know, countryside area.
Right.
So coming to Japan, and especially going to Osaka first, it's like, holy, what is this? There's people everywhere. It's really busy at all times of the night. You know, people wearing all kinds of crazy outfits and things like that. I was like, Japan is awesome.
That's awesome. All right, we're ready to go to our third challenge.
Number 3.
Lucky number 3. It's like a nice, that's not a ladybug size. I got no comparisons for the size of this wasabi. It's like the size of a seed. The slight difference in temperature. Ooh.
Just swallow.
Just take it. Okay, then we'll go to your third question. What's kind of the worst part about living in Japan? Or maybe some bad things, some things you didn't consider, you hadn't thought about, but when it happened, you're like, dang, this sucks.
Okay.
We'll wait.
The worst part about living in Japan? I don't know. Like, what's the worst part of living in Japan? I like living here so much that like anything that I could think of that would be like a negative isn't really that bad compared to like the negatives in the States. Like, like somebody might shoot you, or you might, like,
that's a big negative.
You know,
dying is a big negative, right?
Like in Japan, it's just like the normal everyday stuff you would do.
Okay, well, what's a pet peeve then that you have developed that's specific to Japan? Like my pet peeve is, well, today I rode my bike here, and we have arrows on the road so that you ride in one direction on your bike. But sometimes you have that one person obviously riding in the wrong direction, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you ruining my day like this? Now I have to find a way to get around you, and
that's one thing. Like people say that, like, you know, Japanese people always follow rules and things like that. The one place where that is not true is anything having to do with traffic.
Yeah, that's true.
If you drive here, people get real aggressive.
Yeah, I almost got hit by a car riding my bike here because they don't care about the bike lane. They're like, anyway.
Right. And like when you're going across the crosswalk, you know how people like they'll speed up right to like they're this close to you, and then they stop. It's like, are you testing your brakes?
It's just a game of chicken. Right. But I will die because I will lose.
I will die. I'm not in a car. Like,
I hate it.
Slow down.
So much. Yes. Okay. We're on to number 4.
Okay.
It's like a beetle. A beetle. One of those beetles. It's kind of like the size of a beetle.
That is an intimidating. I'm trying to get a little more sauce on this.
I got it.
Swallow.
All right, our next question. What is the one Japanese dish that you've had that was not very good?
Worst food I've had in Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, this is on the list. not the fish, the wasabi. The wasabi actually tastes good. It's just like, you know, for anybody that hasn't had wasabi before, it attacks to your sinuses.
Right.
That's the thing about it. It's like, it's not spicy per se.
Yeah, it doesn't make your mouth.
It doesn't make your mouth burn, but like it comes like right into here.
Yeah. It's like ginger. It's a little bit like ginger, and it's the way it affects
horseradish.
Horseradish.
It's like I think it's sweeter than wasabi.
Oh, okay.
But it still like has the same effect.
Anyway,
so I do not like shishamo.
The tiny fish.
Yeah. So
like their eyes staring at you.
Yeah.
Devour their entire
that's one
body.
thing. Like the head is super bitter. And also like they don't take the bones out of fish a lot of times when they serve it here. Right. And you're supposed to just like eat it whole. And it's like the bones are soft. You could just no problem. Like no.
It's true. I don't like eating fish heads. The eyes. They just stare at you as you eat it.
And also, like, I used to be a ALT. I'm like giving away my whole history. I'm old. But they served shishamo a lot. And it'd be like the whole entire fish fried. And like they will have like the eggs in them.
Oh.
They specifically fry the ones that are filled with eggs.
Right.
And then you bite into it, and it's like these little like white pasty eggs inside.
Right. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Is it good? No. Maybe.
It takes some getting used to.
That's a lot of stuff going on in your mouth.
It is. There's bones. There's like these like kind of chalky tasting eggs, and then there's the fish meat, and then
it's an acquired collection of tastes.
It is. It is.
All right, we're at the end of the first 5. You're doing well. Looks delicious. All right. How do you feel? Sounds like it's time for a question. Our 5th question. Did you have a particular image of us or the Kansai area before you came? I take that as a need a moment. Whew. Do you want to try the water again? No. Does it make it spicy? Okay, it's not a good.
It makes it like tingle more. Okay. Okay. But what was the question?
Did you have your own image of the Kansai area before your first visit? Like, did you know what it? Did you know what the area was?
Image of Kansai?
Yeah.
Before coming to Japan?
Yeah, before your first visit to the area. Did you like, oh, I should expect these things, or?
But before coming to Japan,
right?
Tokyo, like things you see in anime and like movies from the 80s.
So did you ever see any anime that was based in Kansai? I guess not. I don't know if there's. I don't know if there's.
Cause like it's mostly Tokyo, and then like there's like Inuyasha and things like that. It's like in Kyoto.
Right.
Like Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So you didn't really have a clear idea of
not
Kansai.
Not at all. No.
Okay. Are you ready? We have 5 left. If you can eat all 5, you get the money. You ready?
Ganbarimasu. Okay.
Woo. I like how you look up every time you eat, like
I'm focused.
You're looking for divine assistance. You look like you look like you're going into like a Super Saiyan mode for a second.
What I'm doing is I'm trying to like use my tongue to like force it down my throat, so it doesn't touch like the top of my mouth. That's a strategy for anybody that wants to eat wasabi a lot. Eat a lot of wasabi. Just shove it down your throat, basically.
Okay, our next question. Since you didn't have your kind of an idea of what the Kansai area was before you came, how would you describe Kansai to people that have never been?
Kansai.
Yes.
Kansai, like, it has everything really. Like, I think a lot of people would be surprised to know that like there's a really big like hip hop scene here as well. Like like break dancers, rappers, and things like that.
That's true.
Yeah. So like if you think it's just gonna be like all Japan, you're gonna be wrong. And also, you know, there's like Indian people and people from other kinds of places, as well as your traditional Kyoto and Nara. And then there's a big city in Osaka. Yeah, like has everything.
Yeah.
Kansai is awesome.
I agree.
Oh, also Shiga as well.
Yeah, like, Shiga often gets left out.
Yeah, Shiga gets left out, but it is Kansai.
Yeah, it's got Lake Biwa.
Right.
Lake Biwa
is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, just get with your friends.
Yeah, I would
have
say
a
like
picnic
Kansai
next
has
to
like
it.
all of the nature. You can, well, there's beaches, there's mountains.
Right, there's mountains, there's lakes, beaches, everything.
You can do pretty much everything you, activity-wise, you can hit up everything.
Everything.
Traditional activities, modern activities.
I don't know if you could snowboard though.
Snowboarding, you can technically snowboard in Kyoto. Technically.
Oh.
But
yeah.
it's just not going to be as nice as like Niigata or going a little bit
yeah.
further north. All right, so now we're at number, what, 7?
Okay.
Number 7, lucky number 7.
Is it just me or did the fish get smaller?
We call the restaurant for that one.
Hey, the fish gets smaller as it gets more expensive. Okay.
Oh no, you lost half of your rice. Oh no, oh no.
It went down.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Take your Super Saiyan stance. It's over 9,000. Meditating? Well, while you're in your meditative state, I have a question for you. What's your favorite word from the Kansai bin?
Okay.
Your favorite Kansai bin word?
Stay hen.
Say it. So for people that
Anything
don't,
with hen. Pretty much.
explain hen for people that don't know Kansai.
So like, if you know standard Japanese is 999.
Yes.
In
Which
Kansai, like it's like negative. It makes it negative or like no or there's nothing.
Won't do something.
Won't do, yeah. But in Kansai, the nai turns to hen, which is basically the same thing. It just makes it sound more, I don't know.
Say hen. I like saying say hen.
Wakata hen, she hen.
She.
If you like meet really Kansai people, like there's some people like in certain areas of Kyoto, like the hen turns into hin.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. I switch between he and hen. She hen. Sometimes she hen.
yeah.
Sometimes she hen. Say hen. Say hen. She hen. Yeah.
My Japanese is mostly, I think, Hyojungo.
Oh, is it?
But sometimes
You're proper lad. Why did we go British for that? I don't understand.
I am a scholar.
You are a scholar.
But sometimes, you know, since my Japanese hometown is Osaka, you know.
Say hen.
Say
If I had to pick one, okay, my favorite Kansai word is Shibaitaro kana? Shibaitaro ka? Is this Kansai? Shibaitaro ka. So, I am married and I have a husband. So if he says something that makes me angry, I say Shibaitaro ka? Is my favorite Kansai phrase.
You
But
have a beautiful relationship.
yeah, we love each other. We love each other. Okay, now we have 3 left, and then there were 3. All right, number 8. We'll get to that sad story. We can't go into that sad story. So, how would you describe the differences between the Kanto and Kansai areas for people that have like never been to both?
My opinion of Kanto is so bad.
Ooh, we're about to talk.
I haven't spent a lot of time there, but the time I did spend there was just like, it felt like everybody's eyes were dead.
Oh my god, it's like zombie land.
Do you understand what I mean though?
Yeah.
Like everyone's just like, it feels like they're like living to go to work and then come back. And then like they get packed into these trains like, every day and just continue with the same cycle.
The spice of life.
I only spent a few days in Tokyo, like a few different times, but every time I had like the same impression. And like so many of my friends from like when I was an undergrad have moved to Tokyo, right? And it's like over time they turn into like zombies.
Expression.
Yeah.
I love it here. The best ever.
Yeah. And it's like I don't know why they would choose to go to Tokyo instead of just staying in Osaka.
So if you had
my personal opinion.
That's very interesting. All right, we got 2 left.
I think before like my stomach, before my head gives out, is going to my stomach.
Oh,
Like I feel like it's like burning.
It's like burning. It tastes like burning.
It tastes like burning.
I like things a lot. Don't drop it.
It's like toss up for the table.
I ate it.
Oh my god. It's like staring at me. Oh!
So, next question. What's your favorite place in Kansai? In Kansai. In Kansai.
My favorite place in Kansai.
Yes. A place that you definitely want people to visit if they're ever in the area.
I would say go to this place called Mino during the fall.
So describe it to people that have never been. I don't know.
Mino is like it's a mountainous area, and it's covered in trees that like during the fall the foliage changes colors or whatnot. It's probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and especially like you climb up the mountains or whatnot. Beware of the monkeys. And like there's this waterfall and all this other stuff. It's a very unique like nature experience, I think.
Oh, okay. And Mino Falls a power spot? Power spot, right? Come on. You can get power there. Did you get power?
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
No. You know what a power spot is?
No.
Oh, in Japan they have these areas of like nature or temples that say they have like a spiritual energy about it. So they call them power spots. So Mino is one power spot. I think in Wakayama, there's a lot of power spots. So a lot of people, they visit them if they're like gonna have a test or like for a little like gambare boost. They go to these power spots. So it's very interesting that it spoke to you and you didn't even know it was a power spot.
No.
The power
It
spoke to you. Are we having a sermon? Are we in church now? Amen. I should start my own like Japanese ministry of power. All right, we're at Mount Fuji. Woo-hoo. So this is the most expensive of the tuna with the most wasabi on it. So I don't know if you'll be able to taste how expensive it is.
You know the good thing about it is
What?
the otoro. It's like it's softer,
Yes.
so it's easier to chew.
Yeah, okay.
So I can swallow it faster.
Well, we'll see about that.
Oh my god.
It looks like the green slime from Ghostbusters.
That's not very appetizing. Oh my god.
이게. Oh my god, your nose is so red. I'm so sorry. They asked me to do this.
My ear is burning.
We made it to the end. One last question. For anyone that's considering to visit Kansai, do you have any advice for them?
I'm sweating. Well, advice to people coming to visit Kansai.
Yeah.
Go to as many places and meet as many people as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the full experience of a place unless you actually, meet people and talk to them. So I highly recommend, bring that Japanese for Dummies book. I can feel my wasabi baby.
Wasabi baby.
It's kicking. Yeah, just come and go to as many places as possible. Talk to as many people as possible. Just live, experience it. Don't be too shy. People here aren't that shy anyway.
Right.
In Kansai.
Come to Kansai with open arms and let it embrace you. It'll probably be like warm and sticky though. That's because Japan is humid.
It's very humid. Very humid.
This is very humid, but you will
That could be taken a very different.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm sorry. Anyway, you did it!
Yeah!
And as a very successful challenger, you have earned the prize money. Omedetou gozaimasu! Woo! Thank you so much, Kai, for joining us on this wasabi challenge, this wasabi journey. We learned so much about you, about our beautiful city, and I hope everybody watching enjoyed it as well. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time!